A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Dear student, assalamu alaikum. This is our 26th lecture on advanced stereochemistry, and our today topic is diastereotopic ligand and phases. Before it, I have discussed a lot about homotopic, heterotopic, and then enantiotopic. And our today lecture is on diastereotopic ligand and phases. Learning objectives are today lectures are diastereoisomers, diastereotopic ligands, diastereotopic phases. Then we will discuss again addition, substitution criteria, symmetry criteria, and some uh, NMR properties of diastereoisomers and diastereotopic ligands and phases. Can you listen me? आवाज आ रही है? ओके ये हमारे टुडे आज के टॉपिक के अहम ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हैं कि व्हाट आर डायस्टेरियोसोमर्स एज यू नो द डेफिनेशन ऑफ डायस्टेरियोसोमर्स नॉन सुपर इम्पोजेबल नॉन मिरर इमेज मीन्स ना तो वो सुपर इम्पोजेबल होते हैं ना उनकी कोई मिरर इमेज रिलेशनशिप होती है आपस में। एक बात, दूसरी बात यह है अगर आप इफ़ यू वांट्स टू अंडरस्टैंड कि इस कंपाउंड्स के अंदर इफ़ एनी कंपाउंड्स कंटेन डायस्टेरियोसोमर्स और एनांटियोमर्स then you have to identify the number of stereocenters. Usually if a compounds contain only one stereocenters, it has only enantiomeric relationship enantiomers. If it contains two or more stereocenters, then there is possibility of diastereoisomers because इसमें ये भी बता दूं कि डायस्टेरियोसोमर्स का हरगिज़ ये मतलब नहीं है कि दो स्टीरियोसेंटरों के वो डायस्टेरियोसोमर होंगे, वो आपस में इनैंशियोमर्स भी हो सकते हैं। लेट्स से द एग्जांपल ऑफ टार्टारिक एसिड, आपने एग्जांपल देखी होगी, उसमें हमने एक एसोमर की दूसरे एसोमर के साथ रिलेशनशिप बिल्ड करनी होती है ऑन द बेस ऑफ कंसेप्ट। कंसेप्ट क्या है? जो इनैंशियोमर्स हैं नॉन सुपर इम्पोजेबल मिरर इमेज, जैसे हमारे हैंड हैं, दे आर इनैंशियोमर्स। जो डायस्टेरियोसोमर्स होते हैं ये नॉन सुपर इम्पोजेबल नॉन मिरर इमेज, ये डायस्टेरियोसोमर्स होते हैं। सिमिलरली जो डायस्टेरियोटोपिक लिगेंड्स हैं, ऐसे लिगेंड्स जिनको रिप्लेस करने के बाद इफ़ वी आर गोइंग टू रिप्लेस आ लिगेंड्स और ग्रुप ऑफ एटम्स एंड उनको रिप्लेस करने के बाद इफ़ वी आर गेटिंग अ कंपाउंड्स विच इफ़ वी आर गेटिंग द कंपाउंड्स विच हैव diastereotopic relationship, then we say that the ligand which is going to be replaced and the ligand which is going to be substituted is diastereomeric ligands or diastereotopic atoms or diastereotopic group. Similarly diastereotopic phases, like when we have discussed the enantiotopics, enantiotopic में यही था, जो phases थी, जैसे कार्बोनिल का केस था कि न्यूक्लियोफाइल अटैक कर रहा है फ्रॉम द टॉप फेस एंड फ्रॉम द बॉटम फेस, जो हमने प्रीवियस लेक्चर में डिस्कस किया था, विच वी हैव डिस्कस इन आवर प्रीवियस लेक्चर। तो उसमें यही था कि जो हमें द प्रोडक्ट विच इज़ गोइंग टू ऑब्टेन्ड आफ्टर द रिएक्शन, कि उनकी वही सेट अ रिलेशनशिप के उनके आपस में रिलेशनशिप क्या है। इफ़ दे हैव enantiomeric relationship, then we they say that the nucleophilic attack was from the enantiotopic phase. If we are getting diastereoisomer after the reaction, then we say that the phase is diastereotopic phase. Similarly we have discussed the addition substitution criteria. It is just like which we have discussed in homotopic, in heterotopic and in enantiotopic. Similarly in diastereotopic, addition substitution criteria and symmetry criteria as will also applied to differentiate the diastereotopic ligands, diastereotopic phases and diastereotopic protons. And furthermore sometimes there is need to implement some spectroscopic techniques like NMR, sometimes IR. From their chemical shift values we can easily understand either the atoms or group of atoms are diastereotopic or are they are enantiotopics. These are the our today learning objectives in which we will discuss in detail. This is the slides in which we have discussed about the heterotopic ligands. As I have said that if the compounds have same connectivity, then we say that they are stereochemical heterotopic. Stereochemical heterotopic can be enantiomers, can be diastereoisomers. If they are enantiomers, we say they are enantiotopic. If they are diastereoisomers, we say that they are diastereotopics. When is homotopic, enantiotopic, diastereotopic? It is very important you understand कि किस वक्त वो होमोटोपिक होगा, किस वक्त enantiotopic, हमें कैसे पता चलेगा? How we can understand that the group of atoms, ligands, or ligands, atoms, or groups which are going to be replaced are either homotopic, either enantiotopic or diastereotopic. It is like certain reactions directly replace hydrogens with other atoms. For example, free radical chlorination replaces carbon hydrogen bonds with carbon chlorine bonds. So understanding these principles help in understanding what potential types of products you could obtain from these reactions. In nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy, these relationships determine whether or not these hydrogens are in the same chemical environment. In other words, whether or not they have the same or different signals. This is very simple if you understand of free radical reactions that in which carbon hydrogen bond is going to be replaced with the carbon chlorine bonds. If we understand the principle, so understanding this principle helps in understanding what potential types of products. Usually the main purpose is from where we discriminate that the ligands, atoms, or groups are homotopic, enantiotopic, or diastereotopic from the product. Before the chemical reaction we can't understand. After the chemical reaction, then we do that, then we build a concept. We put our concept on the reactions that the product which is going to be obtained after the reaction, whether the replaced group, atoms, or ligand was homotopic, heterotopic, enantiotopic, or diastereotopic. Furthermore, sometimes we employed some nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy. This relationship determines whether or not these hydrogens are in the same chemical environment. We, on the basis of chemical shift, if the replaced groups like hydrogen have same chemical shift, we say that the two protons are enantiotopics because they are magnetically equivalent. Magnetically equivalent protons have equal chemical shift value because they have the environment of the two protons is similar. In other words, whether or not they have the same or different signals, sometimes if we say that the protons don't have the same signals, it means that the two protons, two atoms or groups which are attached on the carbon atoms may be different, and they have different, they are magnetically different because they have different resonance frequency and they have different signals. On the basis of chemical shift value, we differentiate the diastereotopic ligands, atoms, groups, and enantiotopic atoms, groups, and similarly homotopic and heterotopic. NMR help us a lot in determining the diastereotopic ligand, groups, and atoms. This is the simple example just for your understanding that this is a simple molecule of, let's say this is a simple molecule of ethane. If the red hydrogen is going to replace with different atoms or groups like D, ask how are these molecules related to each other. Now you can build a relationship between these two molecules. You have just replaced the red and blue colored hydrogen with green D atom. If we compare the two products, if we build a relationship between the two products, we say that they are same. If these are two protons, then if the if the two products are similar, then we say that these two proton labeled with the blue color and red color are therefore homotopic. ये जो प्रोटॉन होंगे अल्केन में ये होमोटोपिक होंगे. इन सिमिलरली in anisotropics, let's say two protons, and if you build some configurational changes on the stereocenter, like this is R enantiomer, this is S enantiomer, and then after the product which is going to be obtained after the replacement of hydrogen with a D, and you have set a criteria that according to the CIP rules, configuration, you have determined the configuration of the carbon atom which is stereocenter. Here stereocenter is R and here stereocenter configuration is S. Now the relationship between the two, that they are enantiomers. That is why the two protons which are going to replace and are enantiotopic protons. अब ये जो प्रोटॉन होंगे ये enantiotopic protons होंगे. This is the very simple example for your understanding that how these protons are enantiotopic and how the hydrogens are homotopic. Then diastereotopic atoms. It is also possible to have diastereotopic protons. Look at the alkene below. This is the alkene. Replacement of red hydrogen with D leads to the E alkene, while replacement of blue hydrogen with D leads to Z alkene. What's the relationship between these two compounds? They are stereoisomers, but not mirror image, so the two protons are said to be diastereotopic. This is the very simple example how you have differentiated the diastereotopic hydrogens. This is the alkene, and if you are going to replace the hydrogen with the D, and how are these molecules related to each other. अब ये जो molecule हमें मिले हैं इनका रिलेशनशिप हमें बिल्ड करना है, क्योंकि these are configurational isomers. Configuration के बाद, क्योंकि they are formed after bond breaking, bond formation, when we see that there is no any relationship, like ना तो ये आपस में mirror image है, these are not mirror image, as well as they are not superimposable. ना तो ये superimposable हैं ना mirror image हैं. This is the best definition of diastereoisomers. That is why the two products are diastereotopic. ये जो दो आपस में ये diastereoisomers हैं. That is why these two protons which are labeled with blue hydrogen and red hydrogens are diastereotopics. This was very simple example to know the relationship between diastereotopic protons, because after the replacement of any proton result in the formation of a product which have relationship of diastereoisomers. When the relationship between the two is diastereomeric relationship, then we say that then the protons are diastereotopic protons. There are another potential situation which can lead to diastereotopic protons. Look at the molecules below. This is the molecule. It contains one stereocenter or butane 2-ol. Replacement of red hydrogen, this is the red hydrogen, to the RR product, replacement of blue hydrogen leads to RS product. Therefore these two products are diastereoisomers and the two protons are diastereotopic proton. This is another example of diastereotopic hydrogens. This is the simple example which contains a stereocenter. If these two protons, now you can also imagine that the two protons have different chemical shift value, because this proton is very near to the hydroxyl group, this is away from the hydroxyl group. That is why the two protons are magnetically non-equivalents and they have different chemical shift value as well in NMR. Furthermore, replacement of either proton result in stereocenter. This stereocenter has R configuration, this stereocenter has also R configuration, while in other product which is going to replace with a D result in stereocenters having R configuration and having S configuration. When we compare the two, you can see that there is no any mirror image relationship. They are not even superimposable. Non-superimposable and non-mirror image relationships is for diastereoisomers, that we say that they are diastereoisomers. These two protons, blue hydrogen and red, are therefore diastereotopic hydrogens. If you got similar structure like this, and you may be asked a questions in the exam, that identify whether the two protons are diastereotopic, whether they are enantiotopic, whether they are homotopic. Then you can replace one hydrogen, because this is the pro-chiral center. Replacement of any hydrogen result in a chiral center. मीन्स हम किसी एक हाइड्रोजन को रिप्लेस करने से हमें एक chiral center जनरेट हो जाता है. That is why if we got the product and we build a relationship between the two products, we say that the two products are diastereoisomers. From the concept, we put our concept on the product, that what's the relationship between the two products. Then we say that here you can see that they are diastereoisomers. That is why the two protons are diastereotopic protons. When does it matter? There are two situations. If free radical chlorination, say, of butane on the second carbon C2, substitution of CH with chlorine will lead to a mixture of stereocenters. It is important to recognize when this can happen. Most common in NMR spectroscopy, homotopic protons have exact same chemical shift value. Enantiotopic protons have the same chemical shift in the vast majority of situations. However, if they are replaced in a chiral environment, let's say for example chiral solvents, they will have they will have different chemical shifts. Diastereotopic protons have different chemical shift in all situations. These are two situations in which we can distinguish between the diastereotopic and enantiotopic and homotopic and heterotopic protons on the basis of some infraradical chlorination, like in case of butane, on the second carbon substitution of carbon hydrogen bond with chlorine will lead to a mixture of stereocenters. It's important to recognize when this can happen. In most common in NMR spectroscopy, homotopic protons have exact same chemical shift. From the proton NMR spectroscopy, we can differentiate between the chemical shift that the protons are homotopic because they have exact chemical shift value, while enantiotopic protons have the same chemical shift in vast majority of situations. बहुत सी सिचुएशन में जो enantiotopic protons हैं इनकी भी chemical shift same होती है. However, अगर हम if they are placed in chiral environment, अगर हम वो जो enantiotopics हैं अगर हम उनको chiral environment में रखें, they will have different chemical shift only in case of chiral environment, while in simple solvents the chemical shift of the enantiotopic proton is similar, while diastereotopic protons have different chemical shift in all situations. If you are taking the NMR spectra of a compounds which contain diastereotopic protons, either if you are going to take the spectra in a solvent which is chiral or achiral, in all situations you will see that there you will obtain different signals of NMR. Then there are different situations to determine, to discriminate, to recognize whether the atoms groups are homotopic, heterotopic, enantiotopic or diastereotopic. Diastereotopic ligands, there is a substitution addition criteria. Two homomorphic ligands are diastereotopic if substitution replacement of first one and other by different test ligands not already attached to the home molecule lead to diastereoisomers, non-superimposable, not mirror image. This is the substitution addition criteria. Means जो सबसे पहले होते हैं homomorphic ligands होते हैं. Two homomorphic ligands are diastereotopic if substitution. See the first example which I have shown you in diastereotopic protons, that when we are going to replace one proton we are getting a product, just say the example of alkene which I have put in early slides. This is the substitution addition criteria, means one group is going to be substituted and other group is going to be added. The two homomorphic ligands are diastereotopic if substitution replacement of first one and other by different test ligands not already attached to the molecule leads to diastereotopic diastereoisomers, non-superimposable, not mirror image. This is the definition of diastereoisomer. Let's see the example. This is the proton HA and HB. If H is going to be replaced with a chlorine, and you are getting a trans product, because why it is, let's say trans or E product, because bulky groups are anti to each other. ये एक दूसरे के मुखालिफ सिंध पे ऑन द सेम फेस के ऊपर एक जैसे ग्रुप नहीं है. दैट इज वाई द सिचुएशन इज ट्रांस लाइक, दैट इज वाई ई. if the HB is going to replace with the chlorine, then you are getting a product in which you can see that two protons are on the same phase and two bulky groups are on the same phase. That is why the C's are Z zosamine. Substitution of HA and HB by chlorine leads to formation of trans and cis product which are diastereoisomers, and hence two hydrogens are diastereotopic hydrogens. और द रिलेशनशिप आप कैसे बिल्ड की आपने, कि अब देखें ये जो टू प्रोडक्ट्स हैं, ये प्रोडक्ट ये ट्रांस है और ये सीज है. अब देखें ना तो ये इनमें कोई मिरर इमेज रिलेशनशिप है, ना तो ये एक दूसरे के ऊपर सुपर इम्पोजेबल है. नॉन सुपर इम्पोजेबल एंड नॉन मिरर इमेज रिलेशनशिप leads to diastereoisomers. That is why we say that the two protons which are going to replaced with the chlorine atoms, that they are diastereotopic protons. Substitution of HA and HB by chlorine leads to formation of trans and cis product which are diastereoisomers, and hence two hydrogens are diastereotopic. This is another example in which you can see that the two protons HA and HB, if they are going to replace, again you are getting cis and trans isomers. Substitution of HA and HB by chlorine leads to formation of trans and cis product which are diastereoisomers, and hence two hydrogens are diastereotopic. And hence two hydrogens are diastereotopic, because on the basis of product we differentiate whether the two protons are diastereotopic or anisotropic. When we compare, when we set a relationship between the products, that this is trans and this is cis, the relationship between two is that they are diastereoisomers, because they are non-superimposable and non-mirror image relationship. That is why the proton HA and HB are diastereotopic protons. Geminal methylene proton adjacent to osteocenters and substitution test by other ligands not already present in the molecule usually lead to diastereomers and are usually diastereotopic. This is another concept. If let's see the example, this compounds contain a stereocenter. This is the stereocenter, and nearby protons HB and HA, these are adjacent to the stereocenters, hence they are usually diastereotopic. अब ये एक माइंड में रख लें, ऐसे प्रोटॉन जो स्टीरियोसेंटर के करीब होंगे, दो प्रोटॉन, अब दे आर मैग्नेटिकली अनइक्वलेंट. इनका जो इन्वायरमेंट है बिल्कुल डिफरेंट है एक दूसरे से. दैट इज वाई वी से दैट द टू प्रोटॉन्स HB एंड HA आर diastereotopic protons. This is geminal relationship, because as I have said, if the protons on the same carbon are present, we say that they are geminal. They are geminal, and such type of protons are vicinal. They are vicinal protons. They are vicinal protons. They have different J values, and these protons have different coupling constant. On the basis of their different chemical shift values, we see that the protons HA and proton HB, they are diastereotopic, because this is the stereocenter. This is the stereocenter. They are nearby protons. इनके जो नेबी प्रोटॉन्स हैं H and HB, they are diastereotopic in nature. This is very important slides in which you can understand the relationship of enantiomers and diazotesomers, let's see RR and SS, RS and SR. The relationship between RR and SS, that the dash stereomeric relationship. RR and SS, they are enantiomers. RS, SR, they are enantiomers. RS and SS, they are diazotesomers. SR and RR, they are diazotesomers. This is very important relationship through which you can understand which is enantiomer and which is diazotesomer. आवाज आ रही है ना मेरी? Okay, let's see the example again here, which I have said that this is the geminal protons of methylene. Here is the stereocenter. By replacement of any proton HA and HB lead to the formation of another stereocenters. If we do the configuration, if we determine the configuration of this stereocenter and this stereocenter, you can see that this has S configuration and this R configuration, and replacement of this hydrogen result in R configuration, and it is already R. Then you can build a relationship between the two products, that the two products are diastereomers, because this has SR and RR. You can see that SR and RR have diastereomeric relationship. They are diastereomers. That is why the two protons are diastereomers. Substitution of HA and HB by chlorine leads to the formation of diastereomers, and hence two hydrogens are diastereotopic. That is why इस तरह के क्वेश्चन आपसे पूछे जा सकते हैं. You can in the exam that recognize and identify whether the protons are diastereotopic or enantiotopic. Let's see, this is the best example, and you can understand that the two protons HB and HA are diastereotopic protons, because replacement of either proton result in the formation of products. The product have a relationship of diastereotopic relationship. They are diastereomers. That is why the two protons are diastereotopic protons. This is another example. Let's say HA and HB. Here is again a stereocenter. These are geminal protons. Substitution of HA and HB by D leads to formation of diastereomers, and hence two hydrogens are diastereotopic. If you can see, and you can determine the configuration of either center. This center has already R configuration, and the replaced hydrogen result another stereocenter which has R configuration, and in other product in which the stereocenter is R and the other stereocenter has S configuration. Now the relationship between the two is that the two products are diastereomers. That is why the two protons HA and HB are diastereotopic protons. Then comes to the diastereotopic phases. Just like enantiotopic phases, there are diastereotopic phases. Two phases of carbonyl group adjacent to a stereocenters, and addition reaction leads to diastereomers and possess diastereotopic phases. इसमें जस्ट एक डिफरेंस है enantiotopic phase का, कि enantiotopic phase पे के करीब कोई stereocenter नहीं होता. There is no any stereocenter near in the enantiotopic phases, but when you are going to discriminate in diastereotopic phases, you will see a nearby stereocenters. You can see in the example that here is the stereocenter. Now the two phases of carbonyl groups adjacent to our stereocenters, these are two phases. These two phases are diastereotopic phases, because the nucleophilic attack from either side result in formation of two products. The relationship between two products can be a diastereotopic relationship. That is why the two phases are diastereotopic phases. Again, you can see this is the top phase, this is the bottom phase. Similar example, here is the stereocenter which contains R configuration. If we are going to do the reaction with the HCN, addition of HCN to phase of carbonyl adjacent to stereocenter leads to formation of diastereomers, and hence two phases are diastereotopic. आप इसमें देखें जो दो फेस हैं, the nucleophile can attack from this top phase, and as well from the bottom phase, and result in the formation of RR and SR configuration. Now build a relationship between the compounds which are going to be obtained after the chemical reaction. You can see that the relationship between the two products is that they are diastereoisomeric relationship. That is why the protons which that the two faces in which the nucleophile is going to be attacked on the carbonyl carbon and the electrophilic center, then the two faces are diastereotopic faces. NMR spectroscopy of diastereotopic hydrogen. If the hydrogen atom in the molecules are diastereotopic, then they are chemically and magnetically non-equivalent. Hence, they will resonate at different chemical shift values. You can see, due to non-equivalence nature of proton, it's separated into multiplate. This CH2, it is going to separate into multiplate because they are going to interact with these protons and with benzene protons. That is why, due to their splitting in multiplate pattern, we say that the two protons are diastereotopic protons. If they means on the basis of NMR spectroscopy कि हम ये डिफरेंशिएट कैसे करेंगे NMR में, वी जस्ट सी द सिग्नल्स. ये OH के सिग्नल्स हैं, ये देखिए हमें जो अप फील्ड रीजन में आ रही हैं, ये मैथल के हैं, ये अप फील्ड रीजन में है, ये वाला मैथल, ये OH है. एंड थोड़े से डाउन फील्ड चले गए ड्यू टू मैग्नेटिक करंट ऑफ बेंजीन, ये थोड़े से डाउन फील्ड चले गए हैं सिग्नल, 2.5 और 3 के दरमियान आ रहे हैं, मल्टीप्लेट आ रहा है. और ये जो आ रहे हैं, ये CH के सिग्नल्स आ रहे हैं इसके ऊपर जो CH प्रोटॉन है. मींस आप देखिए ये मल्टीप्लेट जो है ये डायस्टोटोपिक रिलेशनशिप को शो करता है. तो NMR स्पेक्ट्रोस्कोपी से हम आराम से डिफरेंशिएट कर सकते हैं कि इन प्रोटॉन्स, दीज टू प्रोटॉन्स आर diastereotopic because we are getting multiplate in NMR because two protons are chemically and magnetically non-equivalent. In conclusion, in summary, between diastereotopic groups and phases, differentiation is possible either by enzyme or by the reagent or by NMR. Topacity diastereotopic groups and phases, substitution addition criteria, diastereoisomers, symmetry criteria not applicable. Here symmetry criteria is not applicable. Reactivity differentiation is possible on the basis of reactivity. जब हम उनकी reactivity करेंगे तो उनकी differentiation possible है, while enantiotopic में possible नहीं है क्योंकि दो जो enantiotop से होते हैं, enantiomers होते हैं, उनका जो chemical reaction वो एक जैसा होता है. It's very difficult to separate the enantiomers, but diastereoisomers can be separated easily. This was whole about the diastereotopic ligand and phases, and I am pretty sure that today you have understand a lot because today our lecture was very simple and I have described the lecture in very simple way. On the basis of from this simple example, you can put a concept कि इसमें डायस्टोटोपिक प्रोटॉन कौन से हैं, एनान्शियोटोपिक प्रोटॉन कौन से हैं. अगर आप थोड़ा सा अपने माइंड को इस पे लेके आएंगे तो आपको प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी. नाउ इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चन यू कैन आस्क मी, आई विल गिव यू आंसर.